Hello everyone, I am Lau Lee-Anne with matrix number 194685 and this is Snowball. Hi, and we are here today to talk about our task 3 with LPE2402. So today I was assigned with the text of why America would lose the trade war with China written by Professor Winter Nee. And first of all, for some author's background. Dr. Winter Nee is a professor of management at the IMD, or the Institute of Management Development, and she's also the regional director of IMD in both Southeast Asia as well as Oceania. And her areas of research are actually on service management, low-cost competition, as well as value chain. She has also written a book, The Shadow Dragon, in 2012, which touches on powerful strategies that are used by China in order to gain market dominance. And now for the summary. This article is written by the Professor Winter Nee, as I've introduced earlier, and published by Forbes on the 7th of February 2017. It mentions about the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, and how he wants to start a trade war with China. And it is also the author's belief that the president likes to act on his own instinct when it comes to even complex issues which involves multiple parties. And the author also believes that China has the upper hand in this case, and many businesses in the US are going to be affected negatively by this action. So, like I said earlier, the issue highlighted in the text is American President Donald Trump wanting to start a trade war with China without thinking that there will be dire consequences for his own country. And this is what the author is focusing on in the whole of the text. Now, let's talk about the argument that is presented by the author, as well as the evidences that she provided along with her main argument. Her main argument is that there will be a terrible impact on the American business, employment, and as well as the economy as a whole. Her evidence for supporting this argument is that people of the lower economic bracket will suffer greatly because they cannot afford to buy normal things at such a high price. This is because, as an example, since Walmart gets very cheap goods from China, and they can sell at a lower price. So when the trade war comes, the tariff, or also known as the tax, will increase drastically, and so the same item will cost multiple times its usual value, and it can become a very huge burden for the poorer part of the American society. And her second evidence to support the main argument is that even as of now, the relationship between the USA and China are challenged by other players in the global market. So the US does not have such a huge impact on China because apparently China can rely on other sources. So the example she gave was, for example, Apple iPhone sales are competing with local Chinese manufacturers such as Huawei, and so there is not so much of a burden if the trade war happened between US and China. And also the Chinese are apparently also shifting most of their aircrafts to the European Airbuses. And now moving on to my identification of beliefs, values, and status. So first of all is the identification of beliefs. Now my belief is that both China and America are both huge players in the global economy, and they are also very much reliant on each other. My second belief is that diplomatic relationships are actually very, very important among countries so as not to be isolated. And my third and last belief is that we must take everything into consideration when making a major decision, and not just in the short term, but more importantly in the long run. The values that I think are important after reading this article is that economy, leadership, and diplomacy. Those are the 3 important values to me. And lastly is the identification of the status. increase in tariffs of certain products, I believe, will lead to unemployment. And this is due to the decrease in the demand of those certain products, which will cause the people to suffer monetary loss. Therefore, I have come to a conclusion that my belief, values, and status are challenged by the article. I will now present my stance, argument, as well as my evidence. First of all, I disagree with the author. The trade war may not be a total loss for America as what has been painted as a picture by the Professor Winter. And this is because China relies very heavily as well on its foreign exports. And America, being one of the biggest export market, will play a very huge role in their economy as well. So, if a boycott were to happen, I believe China will also suffer significant losses in their economy. So that is the end of my vlog for today. I hope that you enjoy it, and also thank you Miss Sangeeta for your guidance in making this video. Bye bye everyone! Thanks for watching!